Every single day since we first heard those explosive allegations on the floor of the House of Commons, Trudeau accusing Indian agents of killing a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil, calling it
unacceptable violation of our sovereignty.
The Prime Minister made a stunning accusation claiming that the Indian government is involved potentially in the murder of a Canadian Sikh leader.
Nijjar was shot dead by 2 gunmen outside his Surrey temple back in June.
We have seen the relationship between Canada and India crumble in real time. Canada's first move?
We've expelled a top Indian diplomat from Canada.
And India returned the favor, accusing Canada of harboring terrorists, Sikhs who want to see parts of Punjab carved out to become a sovereign Sikh state.
Hardeep Singh Nijjar was a prominent member of a movement calling for a sovereign Sikh state called Khalistan, considered by India to be a terrorist.
But then there were travel advisories. Visa disruptions, trade negotiations are on hold, major money and mobility of people are on the line. And I certainly can't think of a time in recent memory when the relationship between these two countries was worse than it is now.
Tensions are high between India and Canada.
India and Canada are caught up in a tense diplomatic showdown over the assassination of a Sikh separatist leader in British Columbia.
So it's bad, and we're only week 1. Let me show you how bad is bad.
An escalating row between Canada and India has seen diplomats from both countries expelled.
Expelling a diplomat, it's almost always the first thing a country does when things go really sour.
Expelling a diplomat is serious. I think it's the kind of thing you would expect to happen between countries that are antagonists. Canada and India are not that. But this incident coming as a crown on years and years of mistrust on this issue between the two countries suggests that things have really come to a head.
In this case, Canada kicked out a high-ranking Indian intelligence officer.
We've been clear we will not tolerate any form of foreign interference.
And India did the same, reportedly giving a senior Canadian intelligence officer 5 days to leave the country, citing their growing concern at the interference of Canadian diplomats in our internal matters and their involvement in anti-India activities. Now, is that a big deal? Well, it is when you consider what these diplomats are in charge of.
The top Indian diplomat has since then been identified as Pawan Kumar Rai, purportedly the Canadian station chief of India's intelligence agency Research and Analysis Wing, or RAW.
The Research and Analysis Wing. They're spies. They gather intel, evaluate threats to Indian national security. And this diplomat reports directly to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Canadian, reportedly also a station chief, but for Canada's intelligence agency in India. And it's possible we may see an even wider diplomatic pullback. Both countries have gone on record saying that they're concerned for the safety of their staff abroad. Canada is reportedly planning to reduce its staff in India, and India isn't ruling out doing the same if what it sees as extremist activity isn't reined in.
They're being politically condoned. They seem to have a free run, and we would expect that the Canadian government take action against that.
Speaking of security threats.
You are aware of the security threats being faced by our High Commission and consulates in Canada. This has disrupted their normal functioning. Accordingly, our High Commission and consulates are temporarily unable to process visa applications.
India is now, at least temporarily, blocking anyone on Canadian soil from applying for visas to India. And the crawl on their website says it's till further notice. So imagine, that's students, business travelers, even tourists affected, because all foreigners traveling to India need a visa, no matter how long they stay. It's many tens of thousands of people every year. And the damper on travel sort of hits both ways. India is also warning its own citizens of Canada's deteriorating security environment. In view of growing anti-India activities and politically condoned hate crimes and criminal violence in Canada, all Indian nationals there and those contemplating travel are urged to exercise utmost caution.
And this is a really significant development with that advisory that's been put out by India's foreign ministry. And the language that we've seen used is really, really strong. And it talks about hate crimes that are being politically condoned, it says, and growing anti-India activity. So this is in itself a kind of escalation.
You know, more people from India than any other country became permanent residents here last year. And for 5 years running, India has also been the largest source of international students in Canada. Almost half of all overseas students last year. According to government data, it's issued close to 1 million study permits to Indian students since 2015. Now, imagine you were considering a school or work placement in Canada, and your government told you to watch out for, quote, anti-India activities and politically condoned hate crimes. What impact would that have on you?
If your biggest source of foreign students dries up, then that has repercussions on universities and colleges that have become used to that source of funding.
So Canada's Indian diaspora is one of the largest in the world. But the fallout here isn't just about students and immigrants. It's also about trade. The Canadian government pegged the value of Canada's trade relationship with India last year at about $12 billion. India is one of the world's largest economies and seen by Canada as an alternative to China.
This comes at a time when a lot of Western countries are really seeing India as a more important partner as they try to push back against China. India's become much more strategic for them in the region.
And we should point out, the relationship now is small. India barely makes Canada's top 10 trading partners, and we're barely a blip on India's trade radar, less than 1% of all the business they do. But clearly, the hope was to grow. You know, once upon a time, the goal was for Canada and India to put pen to paper on some kind of free trade deal this year. But then suddenly, Canada's planned trade mission to Mumbai next month canceled. Trade talks paused indefinitely. We now know at least part of the reason why, and it could get worse.
Certainly, the arsenal that each government has includes expelling more diplomats. It includes trade sanctions. It includes restricting the flow of visas and travel between the two countries, all of the above.
A rift this big has implications way beyond the borders of either country. And in this case, it's putting Canada's closest allies in a bit of a tricky spot.
India is a critical partner for many, and many are trying to deepen relations. So, of course, this revelation that was made by our Prime Minister comes at a delicate moment.
Remember what I said about Canada seeing India as an alternative to China? Well, much of the West sees things the same way.
A very warm welcome as the U.S. president plays host to India's Narendra Modi.
Welcome, Mr. Prime Minister.
So despite Canada appealing to its closest allies, stand with us against India.
There's a report in the Washington Post that Canada has been pushing its closest allies for weeks, if not months, to raise this allegation with India and to condemn it publicly.
We've really yet to see anything more than relatively subdued statements of concern. Certainly nothing approaching action or overt pressure on India, at least not until more evidence comes out.
Well, look, these are concerning reports, and I note that investigations are still underway.
And so you now have a situation in which they're being asked to quite forcibly take sides at a time when they're still courting India.
So how far has the relationship fallen? It's hard to say, but for all kinds of reasons, the relationship was already in icy territory long before Canada accused India of murdering someone on Canadian soil. So the cliff potentially goes a long way down, and we can be sure that no one in Canadian government wants to see what hitting rock bottom looks like.